All right, Ryan Trenger for your Class A Pro. I'm recording, and we're taking a look here at Carlos Ortiz. Okay, he's doing great in the LIV Golf Tournament here at Portland at Pumpkin Ridge, and I thought it'd be fun to analyze his swing. And so here we go. So first of all, ball position here. Looks like a little bit back from left heel here. His front foot again open more than the back foot. We love that. Always stance width. Looks like it's about just outside his shoulders there, pretty wide with the driver always, is usually generally the case here. And then his arms, let's see that the arms are in a nice triangular shape here, right? He's got, for him, his grip, he's got his right hand kind of weaker here to the, just inside his right shoulder. And then it looks like his left hand, I'd put it maybe a little bit stronger. So he's got it just about to both pointing kind of toward the inner shoulder here. And then, all right, so now let's take a look as he starts swinging, what's going on with his body movement. So here we go. We're going to put some circles around his head. It's always a good one to see. And we're going to trace the club head also. Let's take a look and see what happens here. All right, so let me slow it down. All right. So taking it back here, let's see what he's doing. Okay, so he kind of goes with the club a little bit here. He's taking it nice low and slow though, and he's looks like he's rolling the toe up a little bit here on the backswing from this viewpoint. But you can see he's kind of swayed a little off the ball. Once again, these tour pros, they can do some things wrong, and they do everything right at impact and on the way through. So you got to remember, but you'll see there's a lot of good stuff in here. So he goes nice and wide. He's definitely moving off the ball. Okay, so I would suggest that he worked on keeping, hacky sack on his head, or keeping his head in place better. I think that's always been a good golf tip over the years. You can see here that he's actually swayed a little bit this way. I'd want him to pivot his hip left more. And then his head's kind of going a little bit off the ball here, and he's gotten a little bit outside of this right shoe. So technically, he should be more to his middle left with his head still in that circle. Now, as he comes back down here, of course, like any good player, dropping it in the slot or dropping the elbow right under is a good thing. He also mixes in a little bit of, obviously he has to move a little laterally because he moved laterally in the backswing, right? And so Nicklaus's tip of him swing like there's a rotisserie through you would be a good one for him. But, I mean, very powerful move, shifts his weight to the left now to get back to where he was, and gets his elbow coming in, right? So he drops his elbow, shifts to his left, and then you can see how he gets the narrower arc here like he's supposed to, okay? He also then, he's trying to, square it up a little bit here. You can see his grip's a little strong. He doesn't really get his left hand supinated too well there, and his left hip here did slide slightly through this line, okay? And so, but he, it's because he had to slide back from his backswing. But, I mean, at impact, he's hit the ball well here. Once again, the club face angle through the ball is very square, okay? That's why he's out there and he's so consistent, because that club face is pointing right down the line. His hips have cleared a little bit here, but I would like to see his head not fall back like this, and his hip stay on that line better. Good extension all the way through the shot, as you'd expect from a top player. And then he starts to, he doesn't quite get off his back foot. Look, you can still see he's got weight sitting back here on this right foot, and he technically needs to get further that way with his balance. But he's figured out a way to make it work, and he has a perfect arc here from the front view, as you can see. So that's the front view. Now let's take a look as we switch to the side view, and let's see what we see here. So basically, good posture as usual. We'd expect that from a top player, head in line with spine, right? You got arms hanging pretty good. He actually, I noticed this when he was playing yesterday in the LIV Golf Tournament. His shoulders, he tends to aim them, especially a lot. He puts that, see how that left forearm is in front of the right? He's really making sure to keep his shoulders from aiming left. He wants to aim out to the right with his shoulders, it looks like. He makes that very clear. Okay, so from there now, let's put some lines on him to see his movement. See how well he does at keeping his posture. So we're going to go like this. All right, be interesting to see if his head moves. From this view, I'll put a plane line up here through the waist, and let's see what is happening with him. So here we go. So on the way back, let's see, yep, like I thought, he's taking it back, and he's kind of fanning, he's rolling the face a little open here. See how that toe has turned, you know, this way, where it's rotated that way going back? He's doing that because he doesn't want to hook it. You know, I don't blame him. I like to, you can talk to a fade, but a hook won't listen. Right, so then he gets on, he's going straight back on plane here. Again, there's the face. It's a little bit more open than some of the players you'll see with the club face, but someone who likes to not miss left will do that. That's what I tend to like to do also. Now, at the top here, you can see he's actually lowered, he's dropped his head a little bit. Again, better players stay lower through the shot, so I would want him to keep his head up better. His wrist is pretty flat here. The face is square. Kept his knee flex really well. But if we look at it, really, his upper body went this way, right? His lower body is good here, but his head fell forward, right? His head shouldn't have been, if you go back here, look again from the setup, see how his head, on the way back, his head fell a little bit forward here. So let's see how he compensates. So now as he comes down, great job, though, of bringing the club back down from the inside out. What that means is when we take a club back, we try to take it back straight along our toes. And then on the way through, we want to go inside out this way. So you're going to see here as he's coming down, he's bringing this thing down from the inside, right? And then that club face now is squared up more. So that means that he's turned his left hand under, supinating his left hand here a little bit coming in, okay? And then you're going to see here, right, when he fixes his head position. So look, his head now is back to where it was, so it works out. But you can see on the left here, because of his lateral movement, he didn't clear his hip very well. He could have, his left hip went laterally, remember, from the front view, so his butt's not on this line. So he could do a better job of working on clearing his left hip, okay? But, like I said, he keeps the face very square there on the way through, right down the line, and you can see his head got back to where it was, and he's got a good swing path coming from the inside out, which is why he's out there on tour. And then around he's going to go here, right? He actually looks up kind of early in a way. He's like following it a little bit with his eyes here, and then you can see how he battles to get off his back foot. But it's effective. He does, obviously. He's got a consistent path and face, and that's really what matters the most. Is do you have a consistent impact position? Are you consistently starting the ball in line and curving it the way you think, and aiming well, and then choosing, of course, the right club for your distance. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please give me a follow or a subscribe, and I'm going to try and do this more where I analyze more of the pros and tell you what I see. I've done over 35,000 golf lessons. I was a top teacher for Golf Tech for a number of years, and I do video lessons all day long, 12 hours a day. So I can definitely tell you a lot about the golf swing. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, and thanks for listening.